says the strike may deter parents from bringing in their children for vaccinations. The area was supposed to be covered by a humanitarian pause to allow the campaign to proceed.
Asthma and hay fever sufferers are being urged to take precautions in Victoria today due to high pollen levels and strong winds. The Health Department has issued a warning for epidemic thunderstorm asthma. East Gippsland has been deemed a moderate risk, while the rest of the state is low. The North Central and North East districts have extreme pollen levels, while the rest of the state is high. Melbourne Pollen CEO Dr. Edwin Lampugnani says the state is entering the cool grass pollen season.
We typically do see a number of high and extreme grass pollen days. So it's very important that if you have hay fever and asthma, you are prepared. If you have asthma, make sure you have an asthma action plan in place. If you have severe hay fever, make sure you've gone to a GP or a pharmacist and sought that advice that you clearly need.
Homicide Squad detectives are investigating the death of a man in Victoria's North. Emergency services were called to a property on McSwain Road in Echuca about 7:30 last night. A 56-year-old Echuca man was found dead inside the home. Police arrested a 30-year-old Mooroopna man at the scene and have taken him into custody for questioning. It's believed both men knew each other. The Victorian Government is offering an extra incentive for people to replace their gas cooktops with electricity. Eligible households can receive at least $140 off the cost of a new induction cooktop or freestanding induction stove if they choose to replace their grass cooktop. Energy and Resources Minister Lily D'Ambrosio says it's part of the VEU program, which already offers discounts on a range of energy-efficient products.
We know that an existing all-electric home can save $1,700 a year on energy bills by swapping out energy-inefficient gas appliances with energy-efficient electric appliances.
To sport, and Australian Formula One driver Oscar Piastri has had to make way for McLaren teammate Lando Norris at the Brazilian Grand Prix. ABC Sports' Erin Masika-Bethede has the details.
Piastri secured pole position for the sprint race at Sao Paulo, but with his teammate chasing a world championship title, the 23-year-old was well aware he may be asked to surrender his position in favour of Lando Norris. With 2 laps to go, the order came through and Norris claimed the win, edging closer to championship leader Max Verstappen. Norris now sits 44 points behind Verstappen on the overall leaderboard. Qualifying for the main race has been pushed back until tomorrow due to heavy rain in Sao Paulo. More rain is forecast when qualifying is expected to begin before the main race.
To the weather now. There's a severe weather warning for damaging winds for parts of East Gippsland, the northeast and western South Gippsland. And there's a strong wind warning for the Central Coast, Central Gippsland Coast and East Gippsland Coast. For the state, partly cloudy with scattered showers in the west, contracting to central Victoria, then becoming isolated over eastern districts during the afternoon. A cooler, moderate westerly change in the west, reaching central districts before crossing eastern Victoria during the afternoon. For Melbourne, partly cloudy with a top today of 23. Tomorrow, partly cloudy, 19. Sunny on Tuesday, 25. Wednesday, a shower or two developing, 34. Thursday, a shower or two and 20. Right now in Melbourne, it's 19 degrees. ABC News.
This is the final battle.
The most important election of our lifetime.
The outcomes of the 2024 US
Trip heading in and out of the city, and plenty of extra trains and trams are running to Flemington each day for Spring Carnival. From 9:15 each morning, trains depart Flinders Street every 6 to 7 minutes, with most running express to Flemington Racecourse, and trains will also depart every 10 minutes from Southern Cross Station. And there's also additional Route 57A trams running from Elizabeth Street. Check the PTV website before you head off.
Looking for landlord insurance? Terry Shear is Australia's leading landlord insurance specialist. Whether you're a first-time or experienced investor, Terry Shear provides the confidence your property is in safe hands. Get a quote today at terryshear.com.au or call 1-800-804-016. Before buying this insurance issued by AII Limited, trading as Terry Shear, read the PDS and consider whether it's right for you. Go to terryshear.com.au for a copy. The TMD is also available. A soothing relief of tired, irritated and dry eyes? Try OptiSoothe. Begin with the OptiSoothe Moist Heat Mask. Just 25 seconds in the microwave releases 10 minutes of natural moist heat. Then give your eyes a daily cleansing with OptiSoothe preservative-free eyelid wipes. Infusing tea tree oil, hyaluronic acid, chamomile and aloe vera in a gentle formulation with no need to rinse after use. OptiSoothe for your everyday eye care. Always read the label and follow the directions for use. AFT Pharmaceuticals, Sydney.
Weather. Missed the show? Click on audio and catch up at 3aw.com.au.
Partly cloudy today, a top of 23 degrees. Tomorrow, partly cloudy, 19. For Cup Day on Tuesday, sunshine, 25. Wednesday, showers developing after a top of 34. Thursday, shower or two, 20 degrees. On the bays, southerly winds up to 20 knots. Waves around 1 metre. At the airport, it's 21, and in the city, it's 19 degrees. Eddie Summerfield, Melbourne's Home, 3AW.
Now, on 3AW, this is the Weekend Break with Peter Grubby Stubbs.
Good afternoon to you. Good to have your company. Thank you, Darren, James, Nick, Heidi, and all the team for the last 6 hours. What a wonderful job they do. Behind the glass as well, I must say. Wonderful people there. Big programs today. John Oragloso sitting in front of me with a bit of a new growth on and looking good. He'll be joining me at 1 p.m. Sarah Marie Cameron joins us with a Sunday session. She's back from her cruise with all the rock stars. I wonder how she went. Musician Sapphire Rose Fletcher will join me at 1:30 for a chat about her life journey, which is fascinating. She's an author as well. 2 p.m. Luke down here with something to talk about. At 3, we're going to break for a bit of AFLW action. Richmond and Hawthorn will play. At 5, I'll be back with Billy Pennell and Rockstar after the footy. Don't forget to join us again at 5. Bianca Johnson will join me for a wrap of the weekend with the anchor time at 5:30. Now, I do love your calls. 133693. You can call me right throughout the afternoon. Very pleasant day. Take me in the garden today. You can send me an email if you like, weekendbreak@3aw.com.au. If you want to like me, send me a message on my Facebook page. I encourage that. 3AW Weekend Break with Grubby. But right now, it is time for this.
For Lauren Borden, who's going to keep you across all the AFLW action this afternoon. And as always, we'd love to hear from you on the SMS 0467 920 222. The Summer Grandstand on ABC Sport.
This is Summer Grandstand on ABC Sport.
As we love to do, we start by whipping around our live venues, and we start with proceedings from Great Barrier Reef in Mackay. Australia A are closing on victory against India A. Drinks is taking place. Quentin Hull is keeping across the action. There's been no shortage of drama this morning, Q. We might have to come back to Q. Righto, I'll start to get things underway. Let's hope we don't have that on Tuesday in the Melbourne Cup. Let's jump to our Sheffield Shield venues then. The first day 3, New South Wales taking on Queensland. Robin Chipperfield, are you there? Hello.
Good afternoon, Clinchy. It's been a very good morning to Queensland so far here on a warm day in Western Sydney. They've lost only 1 wicket so far today. They're currently 3 for 180 in reply to the New South Wales first innings total of 239. The man to go, Jack Clayton, shouldering arms to a ball from Ryan Hadley that moved back into him. Ball hitting the top of off stump. It bowled in for 21. But Angus Lovell has batted all morning here after a 10 o'clock start, hoping well with a bit of a reverse swing and nudging a single into the onside to bring up his half-century. At the other end, Ben McDermott has added some energy. He has 21 to his name so far. The new ball is due in the next over, and you imagine that Josh Hazlewood, who's playing for New South Wales, will relish taking that. They could do with some wickets with it, because Queensland have a deficit now of only 58. They're 3 for 181 in reply to the Blues total of 239.
Well, thank you very much, Chippers. Great to see Usman Khawaja back amongst the runs. South Australia taking on Victoria, day 3 there. Dane Bojack is following all the action.
Yeah, much cooler day here at Adelaide Oval, Clinchy. Only 18 degrees. Yesterday got up to 32, and at one stage, South Australia, they were completely under fire because Victoria got to none for 59. Eventually their first wicket fell, and they've actually been bowled out, would you believe, this morning for 232. So they resumed on 7 for 195 with Harper at 68 and Siddle on 3. Siddle progressed to 10 before he was caught by Menenki. A brilliant slips catch, diving to his left off the bowling of Conway. And then Sam Harper, who, as I said, was their best for Victoria. He got 89 before he was trapped in front by Conway. Conway actually finished with his best figures, would you believe it, 4 for 39. That is actually the third time he's taken 4 wickets in a Sheffield Shield innings. And then Ben Menenti took his best Sheffield Shield figures, 5 for 72. The second time he's got a 5-wicket haul as they bowled out Victoria for 232. In reply, now South Australia in the second innings are 1 for 14. They lead by 89 runs overall with 9 wickets remaining. The pitch is still doing plenty, but what about Peter Siddle? Has already claimed the wicket of Henry Hunt. Age shall not weary him, Clinchy, 39 years of age. He's now got 769 first-class wickets, and it was an absolute ripper after taking an easy catch behind the stumps as he trapped Henry Hunt the edge of his bat, and off he went. And so South Australia currently 1 for 14. McInerney is 4 and Drew is 6.
Thank you very much, Dane. Yes, Jill Broad and Jimmy Anderson would be very proud of that effort by Peter Siddle. Also, day 3, Tasmania taking on Western Australia. Chris Rowbottom is keeping us across all the action.
Yes, day 3 here at Bell Reef. Blustery conditions here in Hobart, and it's just starting to have an impact too for the Tasmanians who were bowling. WA resumed this morning at 2 for 220, and they looked pretty comfortable in the first hour or so of play, adding 46 runs. Jaden Goodwin, heartbreak for him. He was fast approaching his second first-class century before being removed by Matt Kuhneman. Clean bowled for 94, so bowling 6 runs short, and that triggered a mini collapse. The Western Australians then lost 3 for 3. Ashton Turner came to the crease, lasted just 5 balls before being removed by Gabe Bell, and then Joel Curtis was also removed by Gabe Bell, LBW, without offering a shot. So both of those batters were removed for just 1 run. Ashton Agar is now at the crease, 7 not out from 16 deliveries, with Hilton Cartwright, who played the anchor role throughout the remainder of the morning. He's 72 from 138 deliveries. So Western Australia now 5 for 283, still trailing Tasmania's first innings total of 317 by 34 runs. Cartwright is 73 from 139. Agar 10 from 17, but this match has certainly sprung to life in the last half an hour or so. Blustery conditions at Bell Reef.
All right, thank you very much, Chris. We'll stay close with you and the rest of our Sheffield Shield venues throughout the afternoon. As we touched on, Australia A are taking on India A from the Great Barrier Reef Arena in Mackay. Quentin Hull is going to watch all the action for us. An eventful morning.
Yeah, the news is around an altercation with umpire Sean Craig and the Indian wicketkeeper Ishan Kishan. We think he's going to be put on report from dissent from the bleed of the stump affects microphones. There was a disagreement about the ball that was being used, and Kishan was adamant that the ball should have been changed, but the umpire said no, we're going to continue playing cricket with this cricket ball. Why they wanted the ball changed and why it hasn't been is still to be worked out from the middle, but certainly it was clear to pick up in the stump affects microphones that umpire Sean Craig and Ishan Kishan have had an exchange of words, which is likely to be a little in the postscript of this game, which is most likely to be wrapped up in the next hour or so, with Australia A today resuming at 3 for 139. They need 225 to win the game. They've moved on to 3 for 192, so only 33 runs away from the victory target. Nathan McSweeney continues to impress. He made 39 in the first innings, he's 66 not out, and the Tasmanian all-rounder Bo Webster, who made 33 in the first innings, he is 49 not out. So these are 2 guys that are probably on the outskirts of the discussion of the Australian Test team, but are getting closer with the performances in this game. A reminder late yesterday that the 3 most likely candidates, in the eyes of many, to replace Dave Warner at the top of the Test order, all didn't really put a strong case forward. Sam Constas left one, lost his off pole out for 16 after making a first innings duck. Marcus Harris made 36 after making 17 in the first innings, and Cam Bancroft was out for 16 after getting a tough decision and being dismissed for naught in the first innings. So it seems that McSweeney and Webster are the 2 that are impressing with the bat. Australia A 3 for 193, 32 to win with McSweeney 67 and Webster 49. But the last I checked, Clinchy, those 2 guys don't open, so the waters are still made.
Feels like we're no clearer to trying to get an answer. All right, Q, we'll come back to you shortly and we'll have a bit more of an extended chat. But the Australian men's summer of cricket gets underway with the first of 3 one-day internationals against Pakistan from the MCG on Monday. We are changing the way we broadcast these matches. Not all of them will be available on local radio analogue across the country in every state, but no matter where you are, every ball of the international summer is available uninterrupted on the ABC Sport Digital and via the ABC Listen app. Just look for the green ABC Sport button. And this man, Jason Gillespie, was meant to be a part of our commentary team on Monday. Instead, he'll be in the coach's box for Pakistan, having taken across the responsibilities of the red ball, now with the white ball as well. So Dizzy will take over from Gary Kirsten, who was announced on Monday had stepped down from his position as the Pakistan one-day international coach. And Jason Gillespie joins you on Summer Grandstand on ABC Sport. Dizzy, welcome. I'm all right. Now, you were meant to be with us on Monday from the MCG, getting underway at 2 p.m. Give me a little insight as to what your week has been like.
Well, it's been a very interesting, probably 5 to 6 weeks, mate. To be perfectly honest, I was very much looking forward to joining you guys on ABC, but. Obviously, with the bit going on in Pakistan cricket, Gary Kirsten resigning his post as white ball coach, and the PCB, asked if I could fill in for these 2 weeks for the 3 one-days and 3 T20s. This is where it's at. So it's been pretty turbulent. It's been an interesting month or so in certainly in my life, in my cricketing journey. It's been an experience, that's for sure.
Never a dull moment in Pakistan cricket. What have you learned since moving over and being a part of the test setup as to how different cricket is in Pakistan, culturally how different it is, and potentially some of the challenges just around the communication and making sure everyone's on the same page?
Look, what I've learned is you've really got to, in Pakistan cricket, just go with the flow, because things change very, very quickly. I'm the sort of person who likes to swim for a goal, but I'm learning that I need to float with the tide, so to speak, because things are just done very differently. There's no right or wrong, I suppose. It's obviously it's a very different environment to what I'm used to. So I'm certainly really, as I said, just going with the flow at the moment. And, I'm certainly learning a lot. Learning about how things are done in Pakistan cricket. There's a lot of things are done very differently to what I'm used to, and in my experiences of being involved in cricket around the world. But as I said, just go with the flow and ride the ebbs and flows, mate.
So you were hired as the red ball coach for Pakistan, lost to Bangladesh. You were down 1-0 against England. Tell us how it all changed. Sajin Khan and Noman Ali with 39 wickets across 2 matches, and I guess the euphoria of winning for Pakistan in their home country and what that meant for them.
Oh, most certainly. Those 2 guys did a wonderful job, and the surfaces that were created were certainly created to aid the slow bowlers, slow finger spinners, and those guys, to their credit, vastly experienced campaigners. They played a bit of Test cricket, but they played a lot of first-class cricket, and those conditions suited those 2 in particular to an absolute T. So that they made the absolute most of that, and fair play to them. They were great. They're 2 great lads, very passionate, proud Pakistani men who want to do their very best, and certainly did very well.
And in terms of how significant that win was for Pakistan cricket, I mean, it must have been the sort of scenes in the change rooms that you dream of being a part of.
Yeah, I mean, it's certainly very different celebrating than what I suppose we're used to in Australia when you win a Test match or win a Test series.